7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So, very good afternoon to each and every one of you, my dear viewers. My name is Siddharth Stephen, and I have wonderful participants once again with me. And finally, we have cleared the first round. The champs are all set of the first round, and the first TD of the zonal has started. So, you guys are right. We are now, the battle is going to be intense now. It's going to get tougher slowly and steadily. And today, we have students from lovely professional university who are all set to battle out. And straight away going to our main moderator. So today we are honored to have Dr. Mohammad Zia with us. He has an excellent, academic record with his graduation in agriculture sciences, and afterwards, he has qualified from AIP. GEE and conducted ICA in New Delhi in 2010 and AIR 267. He did his masters in marketing and HR with gold medal, and he also has qualified UGC NET and completed a doctorate degree from AMU. He has also presented his work in various national and international seminars in India and abroad. And best part is that he is right now working experience of more than 7 years, which includes his services as an operations head at the Banzara. So we have Dr. Zia with us, who would be, our judge and the moderator for the day. So, Dr. Zia, thank you so much for, accepting our invite to be a part of the grid, sir.
So thank you so much, and I believe Siddharth has spoken a lot about me, and I think without taking much time, I think we should get into the topic, because I believe they have the participants are waiting, and they are quite ready with their stuffs. So the topic that we are having today is quite a burning one, because with the changing economy, whether our requirement is of higher education or skill acquisition. So whether it's a degree or a skill, which one is better? That is the topic for the day. And I extend before we begin the session, I extend my best wishes to all the participants. Do perform well and come up with your great ideas, because people are listening you, people are watching you, and your ideas could be we don't know when someone's idea can pick up by someone else who is important. So let us begin. And first, I'll begin with, I'll give we'll have an opening statement from all the participants, and then we can move on to the discussion part. So very quick opening remarks from the participants. Who will start first? Let's give this opportunity to them only.
Okay, so I would like to start the group discussion for today and like to introduce the topic. As we say that education is the backbone of any country, and it plays a very crucial role in technological developments and impart various skills, values, and awareness. If a country has a higher literacy rate, it will lead to a lower unemployment rate and greater GDP growth. But in India, presently we can see that our literacy rate is 74.04%. Our GDP growth is 3.1%, and our unemployment rate is 23.5%. So what is the reason for this? Reason is the lack of skill-based learning programs. And this is the topic that we are discussing today. That is it education that is important, or is it skills that will help India to grow its GDP, to help to decrease the unemployment rate? That's the basic idea I have about the topic today. And according to my research, India has around 6,214 engineering colleges, and those colleges 2.9 million students are enrolled, and every year 1.5 million students get their degree in engineering. But due to lack of skill required to perform technical tasks, less than 20% get employment in their core domains. So yes, we can see that India lacks in the skill development, and we lack in skills that could be there from our degrees, but we don't have that skills. And I believe that our education systems should inculcate those skills.
Fine, fine, fine. That was an opening statement from Prerna. Moving on to the next is, let's say, Shubhadeep, if you can give up your opening remarks on the topic.
Thank you so much, sir. Very well spoken by Prerna, actually, and very promisable facts that you have provided. And I agree with you that yes, higher education is a requirement, but incubation of skill is also required to drive a country towards its growth. And the numbers you have shown are quite it shows that how where exactly we are lacking, and very well pointed that skill acquisition has less priority in somewhere in the wholesome education system of India. And if I must highlight some of the things that most successful entrepreneurs and businessmen are dropout basically, and they don't have much, they don't focused much on education and more on the skill acquisition. However, I'm not saying that higher education is not good or is not required. I'm saying that the equal skill acquisition and equal education right should be there. And I think that is the way we could go up in the growth spectrum of in compared to other countries in the world.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So
I
this was
totally agree with your points.
Shubhadeep. Just please 1 minute, Prerna. Let us take first. Let us take opening remarks from Adarsh, and then we will now move on to the counter and the rebuttals.
Thank
Adarsh.
you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I good afternoon, everyone. So my point being,
Good.
starting with the education system in India, it's basically we are the ancient people who started the education system. I'll give an example of Nalanda University. If you know, it's the oldest university in the world. It was the oldest university, and at that point of time, the concept was there were two different types of strategies for people to study. Either they can go to Gurukul, or they can self-study with their parents or whatever guardians they have. So if a person is a fisherman or a person is a mason, they will work under their parents, and they will get to know what they have to work upon in future also. In Gurukul based studies, they were taught everything, be it warrior kind of warrior training, be it education training, and be it religious trainings also. So I think the education system is very much important. It gives the basis of understanding, adapting, and creative learning is also there. You get a wider view to analyze things. If I won't say that only skill based education system should be there, but I would say education system based on the skill development is very much important in India. And as someone as Prerna quoted that only engineering jobs are there, I would say not only in engineering, there are other fields also who have qualified their degrees, and there are also people over there, so even they are looking for jobs, and they are developing their skills from their domain. But the problem in India is we are lacking in jobs. Our sector is divided, a company is divided into three zones: top management, middle management, and lower management. Top management are visionaries, they develop ideas. Middle
Okay.
management, they come up with the ideas to work upon them, how to implement them. And the lower management is a category which actually serves the idea. So in order to meet the requirements, you have to target what kind of management you are targeting for, and accordingly you have to say that whether higher education is required or whether skill development is required.
uh, if I
But
may.
my question before we move on to, yes, please, just a second.
Sure,
If
sir.
before we move on to the next step of discussion, what I can get from all of what all of you said is that yes, we are well versed in our education system, but still we lack skills. But the question from the what we want to get out of this topic is that whether what would be the major driver, whether it is skill acquisition or the higher education. I think Prerna gave examples of the engineering colleges, but still, there are many other, skill oriented streams of education and jobs also. So next, what we should discuss here after this, that whether what in your perspective, or what you feel that if other have pointed out something else, is what should be the main driver which is going to lead India? Like, we have a vision of $5 trillion economy. So what will lead us to there?
If I may start, sir.
Sure.
So basically, what you are asking is that how much skill, the skill acquisition part in the education system, right? So if I may give an example of the developed countries, just a small thing, just a small story. If I would like to start with, a homeless guy was standing beside the road with with the board that I need food. And one coder came across him and said, okay, I can give you food, food as much as you want, or I can teach you how to code. And right now that homeless guy is selling his app of $1 in Play Store. So I think it's quite visible that, and providing that whatever sources of skill acquirement and learning are right now in the system, the internet boom is a great way to empower those people also who are not that much educated. So basically, what I'm saying is that skill acquisition should not be just dependent upon how educated you are. Skill acquisition should be upon awareness of people and the capability of people to do it. Yes, as Adarsh said that you talked about the top level management and the middle level management and the lower level management. So the visionaries that are the top level management, everybody can't be visionaries. What I'm suggesting is that in India, even in colleges, there is talk about how to become a great person. What my suggestion is that you should not, you might not be great, but you should at least do what you are good at. So, you should understand
So
what your
yes,
skills are. If you don't understand skills.
exactly. So moving on to Prerna, that you pointed out certain things that still, what I could get out of your is that, we are not exactly creating the job-oriented education. So you broadly wanted to say this. Can you continue with your argument?
Yes, sir. As Shubhadeep said, that our education goes for the people who are capable to go for a higher degrees. But if I go for the stats, it says that out of 10 students who passes their 12th standard, only one go for a higher degree. So we can see that there is a gap. Till 12th standard, what we are studying is physics, chemistry, biology, history, geography, and all the theories. There is not a well-versed education system which can impart the skill-based education also. If I take an example, if I see myself as a visionary and I see that what is the future of India and education, I would say that if I go to a village, as I hail from Shimla, a small village, so the curriculum, a standard curriculum over here should be something like, if I am in 8th standard, I should have the courses like elementary mathematics, language, and basic computer skills to work in this digital age as compulsory subjects, and some optional subjects such as horticulture, animal husbandry, plumbing, welding, or nursing that will make them employable. So that when even they are not going for the higher degrees, but they have some skills and they can work on the lower management roles, they can work on the roles that can help them earn some money. If I talk about the present scenario of COVID-19, our government is pleading everybody from the nursing who can come and volunteer for the nursing. We can see that there was a less number of people we had for the nursing. And the reason being, we all are brought up with the mindset that either we should have a white collar job or it is not working at all for us. And we are aiming for that only. Those people who are not able to get the education after their 12th standard, they don't have skills, they just have all the theories that they have learned. So
Fine,
according to
fine,
me,
fine.
my education system should include all those skills.
Yes. So Adarsh,
So I would say that skill development is very much required. Even now also, as I'm on right now in between this COVID era, I am also studying online classes also. So I'm developing my skills in SQL, different tools I'm learning. So that my college is also providing, but I'm developing my own skills because employability is becoming a game right now. And the person who wants to win it has to be most flexible. So in order to achieve that, I have to be more skilled. I have to be very flexible. I have to be able to adapt to learning. If I showcase these skills, what I have learned right now in the company, I would definitely be able to get a job. So I would say that education system in India is moving towards skill-based education system, and it's very much important.
Well,
So, do you think that all of yes, please,
no, sir. Please
please
continue.
continue. No, so my part is that whether we should include this kind of vocational education, we should start from the very beginning, like the point Prerna pointed out, that whether it should be from the very elementary level or should be included in the part of your college or your university curriculum.
I would say that it should be
Shubhadeep?
part of my. Sorry.
No, no, please, others, please
Yes, yes.
continue.
Others, please continue. After others, it will be Shubhadeep.
Yeah. So I would say it should be part of, let's say, after 10th, higher school, higher senior secondary school, like 11th and 12th. Some basic subjects can be included in it because right now we have the gap from 10th to 11th is so much that people are not able to cope up with that. So study level, if you compare in ICSE, CBSE, everything, it's the gap is so much. So in order to build that gap, and in order to give them a wide range of understanding for students who go ahead with, they should get some basic trainings like as you said, horticulture training or carpentry, and all those skills can be provided to them because even they should have a understanding that if they are not able to succeed, if they're not able to achieve the marks, what are the criteria for basic Indian companies as well as for higher education like college and all. 60% is minimum. If they're not able to cope up with that, they should able to earn some money to survive. And India is going ahead in this. Even Pradhan Mantri Yojana or there
Yes.
who are giving us this skill development program, and I have attended 2 or 3 sessions of them also because from outside also only. Just I didn't participate in it because I was not allowed. But from outside, I was able to see they were literally teaching each and every step which they can follow, and ability to learn from it and ability to earn from it.
Great. Shubhadeep?
uh, Adarsh has a very good point of view and very prosperous point of view of this. However, I think that the first step of education is awareness, and that starts from a very early stage before 10th and 12th. And if we focus more on making people aware, okay, that these are the things that are going on in the world, then I think the chances of making an interest by 10th or 11th would be much higher. If I may highlight that our education system right now is still somehow being that colonial education system. uh,
Okay.
how is it particular to this topic we're discussing today is that the colonial education system always they didn't wanted enlightenment from us. They wanted just support so that they can grow their business. They wanted people who can work from them. They didn't wanted visionaries. So right now, yes, it is changing, but that pace of changing is obviously hampering the growth of the country. What I am suggesting is that there must be a drastic change in the education system, and I know it's very hard and very hard to implicate and very easy to say, but I think that is the only way we could look forward. Because if I give my example, before I came to college, I didn't knew that there were many subjects as animations, film, cinematography. Uh,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
a spectrum of things that I couldn't even imagine that okay, this is a whole new world. So we what we have to do is make people aware. How many of your father or mother would let you be carpenter or laborer? At the end of the day, laborer is the label that we put it on,
Yes, yes.
no matter how.
Shubhadeep, we should conclude because I must take view from Prerna also, who's been sitting silent for a long time. I think you have
Yeah.
got your point that it's not just about carpentry or laboring. We should move on to further, the skilled, so-called the skilled labor, what we call the term in the modern economy. Yes, Prerna.
Yes.
Yes, so I agree with Shubhradip's point, as he very finally stated that since the East India Company came to India and they started colonizing us, before that we were contributing 23% to our GDP. And that's a big start that we should see, that our education system, that was a hierarchical one. The people who were working in their family hierarchies, the person who were goldsmith, they were taking the skills of goldsmith from their fathers. The persons who were farmers, they were taking the skills of farmership from their fathers, and it was going like this way. So we have a very vast skills, and we are able to put those skills to use our resources very well. India was the golden bird that time because we were able to use all the skills of a person. There was no white collar jobs, there was no discrimination. We were not mad about doing a MBA without knowing that what marketing actually is, what a marketing skill is. But now we have an MBA degree and now I want a white collar job. That is happening. And if I talk about the budgets that we get from Indian government, like as you like others stated that we have PMKVY scheme, but let me tell you one thing, that the amount of budget that we are allocating to the skill development is still very less as compared to the education. For this year we got 5.24 lakh for the education, 5.24 lakh crore, let me correct myself, and 3000 crore only for the skill India. Can you see the gap? It's such a big gap. We are not seeing both the skills together. We are not seeing that skill India cannot be possible without education, and education cannot give us a fruitful result without skill development. And we are just focusing on the hard skills. If I see, we are not talking about the soft skills. We are already in our industrial revolution 4.0, and in that industrial revolution already robots are there, artificial intelligence are there, that are taking over all the jobs, and we need to inculcate the soft skills as well. The top 10 skills that World Economic Forum states that we need in ourselves to excel in the industrial revolution 4.0 are all the soft skills. We should know that how we can use the data. But in our schools we are never told what data is. When we are in our masters, we know that okay, this is data and this data should be used. There is a lot of information on YouTube, on Google, and we are just getting those information, but we are not able to use that information. We don't have communication skills. We are able to tell them that okay, you should learn this, but we are not able to tell them that how they should adapt. Many people lost their jobs during COVID-19. Why?
Fine.
Because they were not able to adapt the technology. We are not
Yeah. So
adaptable.
Yes,
uh,
so I think you have made your point, and I think
Yes.
we have entered the last stage, of this discussion. Now, what I want is going back to the topic. All of you have kept your point very well, but still your concluding remarks should be very pinpoint that whether it is higher education or a skill acquisition, our topic, answer our topic, and I think I'll give 30-35 seconds to everyone, please, starting from Adarsh.
Yeah, so from my point of view, I would say skill development is very much important, and I won't comment on the budget what government of India has planned for our country, because even they are on construct that they have to utilize each and every. They have to form a segment for each and every part of the country, and they have to maintain that. So in order to have a budget. It's okay, whatever they have given us as per their powers, so they must have a plan for it. I won't comment on it, but going looking forward for Indian growth, I would say skill development is very much important. And going forward with higher education also, skill development, you have to inculcate skills while going for higher education also, because as you said, communication skills, creative thinking skills, adaptive skills, you won't get it in any YouTube kind of videos. You have to be in a certain institution in order to learn, because a network institution provides you a platform and a network area where you will be able to learn these skills. So what point you have given is for higher education, but I would say that higher education
Fine,
with
fine, fine.
skill development is
Because
very important.
with higher education and skill development, this is what Adarsh says. Moving on to Shubhadeep, your concluding remark, no, short and crisp, 30 seconds.
Uh, Higher education and skill acquisition both should be on equity to for growth of the country. There are some facts that I want to highlight. The PhD holders of last 10 years are 45,561, and still they if such highly educated person couldn't provide towards the growth of the country, then shouldn't we ask the right question that is something wrong with the education system? Secondly, the most interesting and shocking thing that I think everybody have heard is that 3,700 PhD holders has applied for the PN job. So what does it say about a country as a whole? I think the solution is to sit and discuss with the gray matters of the country, including the gray matters of the country, and find a particular solution to have cognitive way of skill development with education in mind as well.
Okay, that's nice. Prerna, your concluding remarks, please.
Yeah, so my concluding remarks is that education should partner with the skill development. We should look forward to a goal oriented partnership where students, teachers, and companies can enable the co-creation of the knowledge, where we can co-create the environment where they are learning, and there should be a collaborative learning, and students can take part in the processes at workplace as part of their internships or project training. I would like to quote some examples over here. Like, if I talk about Safe Educate has a very good program after the 10th standard. Like, they go to some villages and they pick the students from their 10th standard and train them on their logistics training and keep them in their companies. So more such programs should come from our corporates and our organizations in India. And talking about the Oberoi STEP program, they are also doing the same thing. They are taking the students after their 12th standard and working on their hotel management skills and giving them the employment in Oberoi's. So such programs should come up, and our government should introduce such programs where students can learn with their education and inculcate those skills. So both education and skill-based learning should be incorporated within each other.
Well, that's very nice of all of you of the discussion. What I would no, I got out of this is that what all of you believe is yes, our education system should have more and more space for inculcating or paying space for skill development. And what I feel personally, because when we talk of economy and when we talk about the growth of the country, what I believe is that we should have we should not restrict skill development just to the diploma level. We should have more programs. We should integrate our education system so that we can have a degree program for that. Because whether you have a skill, how you will display that? If you have learned something on YouTube, no, I need every point of time when you apply for a job, you're not going to display, sir, I know this is my video, or this is no. What you need is a certificate. What you need is a piece of paper displaying your ability and skill. So this is this from my part. That our education system should integrate from skill development from diploma to the degree level. Over to you, Siddharth. I think they have done it well.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Zia. It was I was enjoying from the background how each and every one started pushing their points and their views. Guys, to be very honest, it was amazing to have you guys start off for the zonal rounds of the Great Indian Discussion. So once again, thank you so much to be a part of it. And Dr. Zia, it was amazing once again to have you, sir. It is always a pleasure to have you personalities like you to be on the Great Indian Discussion. And lastly, guys, I'll straight away a big shout out to the audience who are actually viewing us right now. So you have supported your champs in the first round. Why not right now? So go right ahead, guys. This is the second round. So whomsoever you like, be it Prerna, Adarsh, Shubhadeep, whoever points you like or probably is your favorite, to be very honest, there is no harm. Go right down, comment, vote for them on the comment section below. If you like the entire group discussion video, give it a big thumbs up. If you like the channel, give the channel a big thumbs up, and obviously all of us. And lastly, thank you so much for being there by our side. So stay tuned, because we are again going to come up with winners of the group discussion. So once again, Prerna, Adarsh, Shubhadeep, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the group.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
Siddharth.
SafeJob is an AI-powered job preparedness platform. It is the latest EdTech platform released by SafeEducate.
BFSI sector in India will need an additional 1.6 million skilled workforce by 2022.
The report says that people with the right skill set are very likely to get jobs as the service desk analyst and technicians.
The roles of logistics are to provide the right product in right quantity, at the right place, at right time, in right cost to the customer.
E-commerce sites have become more popular these days, due to which demand of data entry services has increased.
Customer service executive plays a critical role in providing an interface between the customers and the client's company. There are various career options available in this industry.
It is a platform for students, by students.
This is your dost Smart Sid.
I'm Paras Narula.
My name is Varang.
You are watching SafeJob, and I am your host, Grace.
Be a part of the SafeJob family, because as we say, job hai to rob hai.